3 weeks ago, I watched my husband sign away a $2 million house without saying a word in his own defense. He just sat there, staring at the pen like it weighed something it shouldn't. I keep replaying that moment, honestly, trying to figure out exactly where it started. I think it was a Tuesday in October. That's the night everything actually broke, even if it took weeks to admit it out loud. I'm Lily Harper, 34, and for 8 years, I let my husband believe he'd married beneath him. I'm not proud of that, if I'm being honest. It wasn't some clever plan, it just happened. And then it kept happening until the lie was bigger than I knew how to take back. When Ryan and I met, I was pouring lattes at a coffee shop in Charlotte. Thrifted cardigan, name tag with a coffee stain that never came out. He never asked why a girl with a marketing degree was working for minimum wage. Honestly, I don't think he cared enough to ask. And I liked that at the time. It felt like relief. Like maybe someone could love me without knowing what came with my last name. We got married in a backyard. Folding chairs, string lights my sister strung up crooked. My father offered to pay for anything. I said no. I wanted, I don't know, proof, I guess. Proof I could build something without a safety net underneath me. 8 years. 2 kids. A 3-bedroom house that needed new gutters we kept putting off. That Tuesday started normal enough. Rain on the window. Emma doing spelling homework, 7 years old. Tongue between her teeth the way she does when she's concentrating. Noah lining up his dinosaurs by size, not by color, which used to drive me crazy until I stopped noticing. Chicken and rice on the stove. Then the door slammed. Ryan walked in, still in his interview suit, tie already loosened. I knew before he said anything. Another rejection. I'd stopped counting how many. "They gave it to some kid," he said, dropping his keys hard enough that I flinched. 15 years of experience, and they picked him. "I'm sorry, Ryan. Something else will—" "Don't!" His voice clanged. "Don't do the understanding wife thing. You know why I keep losing? Because I come home to this. A wife who can't even keep her mouth shut." Emma's pencil stopped. Noah just froze there, dinosaur in his hand. "Ryan, please, the kids are right." I didn't get to finish. His hand caught my cheek so hard the room actually tilted. Or maybe that was just me. A plate went off the counter. Emma screamed. Noah didn't make a sound, which honestly scared me more than the screaming did. For a second, Ryan looked at his own hand like it belonged to someone else. Then his face changed into something I still don't have a good word for. Not shame. Almost the opposite. "Now you'll listen," he said, grabbing his jacket. "Don't wait up." Gone again. To cool off. The same excuse, every time. Like saying it made it true. I didn't cry. Not right away. I picked up the broken plate. I sang Noah back to sleep, even though my voice was shaking more than I wanted it to. I sat in the dark kitchen a long time after, phone in my hand, thinking about all the times over 8 years I told myself it wasn't that bad. Ryan never once asked where I really came from. He never knew that Charles, the father I said I wasn't close with, that was Charles Whitfield. Yes, that Whitfield. The name that ends careers before lunch if it wants to. I'd walked away from all of it at 24. Wanted to be loved as a person, not a last name. I called a number I hadn't used in 3 years. 2 rings. "Lily? It's late, sweetheart. Is everything—" "Daddy." My voice finally cracked. "He hit me. In front of the kids." Quiet. A long one. Then, "Say no more. I'm coming." I won't pretend I knew exactly what that meant at the time. Part of me almost regretted calling before I even hung up. Some old habit of protecting Ryan, I guess, even then. But I'm Lily. This is Willow and Ash, and I promise the next part is worth staying for. Thursday, Ryan's new job offer disappeared. Restructuring, the email said. No real explanation. He didn't connect it to anything. Neither did I, honestly. Not at first. Friday, the business loan he was counting on got frozen. He blamed the bank. He blamed the economy. He didn't think to blame the man who golfed with the bank manager every Sunday. He paced the living room that whole night, calling people, getting nowhere, and some small, ugly part of me almost felt sorry for him. Almost. Saturday, 9 a.m., a black car pulled into our driveway. My father stepped out in a gray overcoat and walked into our house like he already owned it. Which, it turned out, he sort of did. He'd bought our mortgage 2 days before. "Sir, Ryan started to stand. "Sit down." Not loud, just done. Ryan sat. "You put your hands on my daughter," my father said, "in front of my grandchildren, in the home I helped you buy." Ryan went pale. "Sir, I swear I didn't know who she—" That, my father said, buttoning his coat, was the only mistake worth remembering. He never raised his voice. Somehow, that was worse than if he had. 3 weeks later, in a courtroom that smelled like old carpet and coffee, I watched Ryan sign away the house, custody, whatever pride he had left. His lawyer barely fought. There wasn't anything left to fight with. Ryan looked at me like he was drowning and hoping I'd throw him something. I almost did, for half a second. Old habits. "You could have just said sorry," I told him instead, holding Emma and Noah's hands. "You spent 8 years never asking who I really was. Now you'll spend the rest of your life knowing." I didn't feel triumphant walking out of there. Mostly just tired and a little sad, if I'm honest, underneath the relief. Here's the only thing I really want you to take from this. Quiet isn't the same as weak. I spent years thinking my silence meant I was letting things go. It didn't. It just meant I was waiting until I didn't have to shout to be heard. If Lily's story stayed with you, stick around Willow and Ash. There's always another one of us who had to learn this the hard way.